but you never can tell. So many other people actually watch this on YouTube, and their trading life has actually improved. So it's not something that I'll get discouraged when I see the number of people that are on the call. It doesn't matter, because I'm not just doing it to everybody that is on the WhatsApp group, but so many youths out there who are actually looking for a second source of income, who are actually looking for a skill. This is another way you can actually make money from the comfort of your home, which is a forex market. How to trade in the forex market. So we're going to do a recap from our last class, and I'll wipe this off, and we will do another analysis to see, okay, what's going to happen in the forex market today. So I think last class we did GBP USD, GBP JPY, Euro USD. I don't think we did Euro USD. We did gold and USD CAD. So this is a recap for GBP USD. We're looking for a buy opportunity, which he actually did buy, but it came to our SL, because our SL was so tight. It bought. This was our previous buy. Then this was the sell I spotted. It took us out on our stop profits. It didn't go back, and I didn't take this move because I didn't see it. I actually did not trade it. I traded a buy, and I traded a little bit of the sell, but I did not take this other buy that went up this way. But our initial analysis, what we saw was this buy, which was this particular one here, but it went our way after it took us out because of our stop loss was so tight. Then the same thing with our sell. We actually took the sell. It gave us some profits, so we secured it, and it went back up towards the direction that we're going to. So now for our gold analysis, this was the buy opportunity, and actually the sell, and also the buy. So we're still going to look at it. It's still showing us a buy trend that is going up towards 1745. So when we analyze it, we will see actually what we're going to do with this particular pair. We're going to draw another rectangle because this is a new high, a new low. So we're going to draw and take away this one so we can see what's going on. Euro USD, I don't think we took it, but there's actually, we'll see what's going to happen with this after we've done analysis. Then USD CAD, we actually spotted a sell opportunity. It went up to hit our stop loss, went a bit high before it came down. So we're going to still draw this and see how it goes. And when we're done with the forex part, we go to the indices to look at a step and look at our volatility. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to take it very fast so we can go back and look at everything that we've done. So I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to close this and close this. So like we do, we trade using our 15 minutes time frame. Since out of all the strategy that I've put out there, that I've taught you guys, the one that actually I love very well is the QOPFX strategy, which was derived from the rectangle strategy. You know, the rectangle was drawn on the 4 hours, but this is on the 15 minutes, and it's actually easy for you to do go into the trade and come out. Now, because I see that our stop loss are so tight, we can actually track it. You can track it in a way that it's actually going to suit you. If it's to move your stop loss to the next pivot level, or anyhow, we're going to see it and see if it's possible for us to do that. There's no strategy that you cannot track that will suit your own way. You can do it in a way that's going to suit you. Now we'll pick our trend line to identify our impulse move, which is this high and this low. So identify, we're going to use this particular one. Remember, the first thing is to zoom out. That you won't be able to zoom out anymore. Identify your impulse move, which is this. This is GBP USD we're doing. Then you pick up your rectangle. But before I continue, if you can hear me loud and clear, can you type 555 on the chat box so I can know that I'm not speaking to myself? Can you type 555 on the chat box? All right, thank you, Chidera. Thank you, Ifeanyi. Thank you, Toby. So we have 3 witnesses, and that says it. So let's continue. Now we use our rectangle to draw from the high to the low because we've identified our impulse move. Like I said, this strategy is to help you identify what's going to happen in the future. In the future, using this pivot level that are here. So you don't have to be drawing it over and over again. Now, you use your trend line to do what? Get the second part. While we're doing this, we want to identify the pivot levels. Now we've gotten one, which is the intersection between the first trend line and the second trend line. So the intersection is here. You pick up your rectangle, your horizontal line, and you do what? You click it over there. Just looking at it, you can see how price respected that place. This was a previous support, and this impulse mode broke it. Is now a resistance here. It came down here. It's still a resistance here. It's still under the resistance level, which is the pivot level. You can see it clearly. That's where price did what? Closed above and is beginning to come down. So when we're done drawing this thing, we're going to know if price is still going to go up or price is going to respect it down before it goes up. That's the beauty of this going to happen in the future. I'm sure I've not broken out. You can still hear me loud and clear, right? If you can hear me, please type yes. Okay, good. So now we've identified that, and now we're going to do the same thing. The box has been divided into two, the lower part and the high and the upper part. We're going to do the same thing we did for the larger box, for the two small box. The end of the box by the side and the other end of the drop, you draw your trend line, and you do the same thing here. You draw your trend line as well. Why I'm doing this is to identify other levels that price can respect. Now this is another level here, this, and this is another level here, this. We're going to see how price is going to react, if price is going to go up or price is going to go down. That's what we're going to do. Now pick the same trend line and do the same thing for the lower box down. And do the same thing down here. Okay, we've identified another box, another pivot level here. Remember, as the intersection between the trend line, that is where you're going to place your horizontal line. You can see it clearly here that price is actually respecting it. This is why I love this strategy. It's easy, but it's you know what, the things that are easy are the things that are very difficult to achieve. That's what Elon Musk said when they asked him, how come why are you a billionaire at your age, or why are you making so much little profit in whatever you're doing? He said because it's very difficult for people to actually be making 5% on a yearly basis, or on a monthly basis, or quarterly basis, because people don't have patience. This generation don't have patience anymore to grow wealth gradually. So the patience there in drawing this thing and allowing price to come to you is actually what people don't have, and that's why they end up losing in the forex market. But if you can only wait and see what's going to happen. Now you can see what price did here in our pivot level. After consolidating here, it broke out from here, retested here. So two things is going to happen. It's either we're expecting price to come back to this level here, or break out from here and go up. Now, for us to be so sure that price is actually coming down to this level, or price is going to come down to this level, we're going to add our EMAs, the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA. Remember what I told you, the 200 EMA is to tell you the direction of the market. If price is above the 200 EMA, that is going bullish. If price is above the price is below the 200 EMA, that is going what? Bearish. So now we've identified our 50. Why we use the 50 is to help us know when the trend is going to do what? Change. Because when it crosses, if the 50 crosses the 200 EMA down, it's telling us that it's coming down, then it's going bearish. If the 50 crosses the 200 EMA above, it's telling us that it's going what? Bullish. So these are the things, the little things you need to understand why I'm using the EMA. Now you can see it here that price is above the what? 200 EMA, which is still identifying that, okay, yes, this thing is a tendency that it's going to buy. What it's doing here might be is just coming to retest the body of this 200 EMA as a support to go up, buying. But the strategy says if your two candles closes below what? Your pivot level, you should do what? Sell to the next pivot level. So from more ramification, if that we had seen this thing happen, this candle, this bullish candle here, closed below here, and this other one closed below here, we are taking our sell from this green candle that looks like a doji candle, and we're taking our first profit at the tip here, which you must have hit here, and the second profit here. So what we're going to do now from this, if you can look at it here, here is a resistance zone. This pivot level is a resistance zone. You can see what price, let me pick up my drawing. I pick up my pencil. I'm still gonna, you see, here something is happening here, something is happening here, something is happening here. You know, that's why you need to understand from the beginning the basic of trading, so you can understand support and resistance. So when you see all these things, it will be easy for you to know what level you are. Now looking at this, you can know that this is a what? Resistance zone on this pivot level, and price has been respecting it. After price broke out of this place, it came back to retest it here, came down again, it came back to retest it here. So this is a strong resistance level. The only thing that will make me to buy this pair is only when price breaks 1.38350. Pending that, I'm still going to take the sell. But from a look at it here, it's showing you that, oh, this is buying because of your 200 EMA prices above it. But based on this strategy, seeing that it's on the resistance level and it's below the pivot, you should look for a sell to the next pivot level. Now let me delete this so I can identify. I can use a ruler to draw what we're expecting. You can only buy this pair. Like I told you, I don't like entering the market on a Sunday, because a Sunday is when the market is still trying to move and all those stuff. So you can never tell. By Monday is good. You can enter the market by Monday. But this is what I'm, oh, sorry. Reset. So this is what I'm expecting. If you want to take this pair for resell, short position, your entry will be here. Your stop loss, your TP. Okay, this is how it should look like if you're selling this pair. Your stop loss should be here and your PV. But before you can buy this pair, you have to wait for price to close above 1 point. Let me write it down. Buy GBP USD only when price breaks above 1.38. 400. Sorry. All right, when price breaks like this, you do what? You buy it. But I don't like entering the market on Sundays. But this one I'm expecting to do based on this strategy. But you can buy it only when price breaks above this. Above this. You can buy when price breaks above this. But if price doesn't break, you shouldn't buy this pair. You should watch out to what's happening because it's on the resistance zone. And you know the rule is sell on a resistance zone, buy on a support zone. Now it's on a resistance zone. You cannot buy it until you see the price has done what? Broken it, and the second candle breaks above it, then that will give you the what? I can't even identify the stop loss because I don't know what the next candle that is going to break. So this is only what I'm going to show you for now. Based on this, is on the resistance zone, so you expect price to drop. But if price doesn't drop, market open and price breaks above, wait for it to close above this pivot line. The first candle should close. Let me show you by the diagram. This is what you should see before you buy this pair. The first candle should do something like this, break above it, and the second one to do what? Break above it. It should be above this pair. Then you can now buy towards the next pivot level. If not, do not buy. This is a resistance zone. You can't buy in a resistance zone. Before you can buy in a resistance zone, that resistance zone has to be broken and now become a support zone before you can do what. But what I'm saying here, based on the QOPFX strategy, is more of a sell than a buy. So that's my analysis for GBP USD. If you understand it, type 1 on the chat box. If not, let's go to gold, the next one. If you understand what I did, please type 1 on the chat box. All right. I want 3 witnesses. I have just 2. Beautiful. Thank you. Now, so this is what I'm seeing here. As soon as market open, I'm expecting a sell. 1 is on a resistance zone. 2 is below my pivot level. So that's giving me 2 confirmation for me to do what? Sell than for me to buy. The only reason why I still look at this and buying because it's above the pivot, above my 200 EMA. But that is not enough confirmation for me to take a buy. I have to wait for it to close above, just like I showed you with this candlestick. 2 candles close above it, then I can take the confirmation. I'll take the buy to the next 1.38900. So that is for GBP USD, and now this is for gold. We saw what happened in gold. We had a buy opportunity here, which I actually bought, but before it bought, it took us out. We had a sell, which didn't touch our stop loss, and it went straight to our take profits. And I had a buy here, and look at what happened. It just came here, wicked me out. You can see the wicking out, and it took a long journey up. So let's see what's going to happen as soon as the market opens. It's showing me more of a buy opportunity, but let's draw this because you can see on the daily time frame, this is a double bottom. This beautiful arc here. This is a double bottom. So this is the support. This was what actually gave me the confidence to do what? Buy this pair. But my stop loss was so tight because you can see it here, double bottom here. If you go to D1, it's so glaring there. Let me reset it. Have you seen it in D1? Let me delete this. You can see it here. It's so glaring. Double bottom. So that was what gave me the confidence to do what? Buy this pair. Now let's go to 15 minutes and see what the pair is. He going to come here and go back, or is he going to do what? So let's get a 15 minutes and see what's up. Now for that, let's close this and close this and zoom out to the highest points. So instead of using this high and this low, we've gotten, remember this is a downward trend that now happened, and this is now coming up to a new trend as if it's going back up. So let's use this high. We can either use this impulse high, this one and this one, or we can use this one and this particular one. Any of the impulse move. This one to this, or this one to this. So let's pick the highest one, which is this one. Then we'll use our, I need to move this up here. Good. Pick my rectangular box and draw it from here down to this place. Yeah, I've gotten to the point. Take my horizontal line, identify my floor, which is my support level, identify my ceiling, which is my resistance level. What else? Who can type the next thing for me to do? Type it, let me know that you're following. Now I've given you the answer, so tell me the next one. What am I going to do? So I can know you're following. Type it on the chat box. Can you all hear me? Okay, how do I pick my pivot level? Beautiful. We've identified that one. You can see how price you expected it. We'll do the same thing. So what we're going to find out if this place that price closed is actually a level. When we're done drawing this, we'll know why did price close there. And boom, you can see that it's actually a pivot level. That was why price did what? Reacted to that area. Something is happening there. You can see with your eyes. So the market don't just go and stop because it wants to stop. It stops because there's something there. That place has the concentration area. So let me reset this chart and we'll see what happened. You can see what happened there. Price closed above the pivot level. So you can see that it's consolidating here. There's no direct movement up and down. So for you to identify if price is going to continue going upward or is it going to continue going what downward? Is this a fake out? Let's find out. You put your 200 EMA telling us that yes, price is still doing what's going to go up. Put your 50 EMA, it has crossed here, showing us that yes, price is going to continue going what to the upward direction. So what we're going to do for this particular pair is to do what? Wait until the next candle what? Open and closes. If the next candle open and close, it now tell us, are we going to continue going up or are we going to continue going what? Down. That will identify that we will continue going up or we're going to continue going down. Because now what happened is just one candle has closed above it. So we're going to wait for the next candle to close to identify if this candle is going to come down. If the candle closes below that pivot level, you know you have to wait for the next one. But if it closes above it, then you can say, all right, let me buy it and put my stop loss at the candle that broke the pivot level. That's how this strategy works. So for gold, we'll do what? We'll wait. We have to wait for another candle to open and close. If the candle closes below 1729,159, you wait for the next one to close to identify if we're going to buy. And you know, when you buy, your first TP will be at the tip of the moving average there, this one, and your second TP will be at this pivot level. That is if it's going to close below this. So for gold, we'll wait for the next candle to close. the candle closes above, we buy. Closes below, another from the look of it is an overall buy. It is an overall buy opportunity. But you know that the gold gives you very beautiful pips, very beautiful ones. So any little thing you can get 100 pips from it. So this is the only thing, but I'm looking for more of a buy opportunity from gold because it still have a long way to go. So if you want to ask me, the overall stuff is going bullish, is going upward. But before you can identify for you to buy this pair, you have to wait. So if I'm looking at buying this pair, this is what I should see. Candle should close above. This is where your TP will be. And this is where your SL will be. Here. That is if price close above the pivot level. If it did not close, you wait for it to do what? Close below, and you wait for the next candle before you can take your decision on this. But the overall trend is doing what? Is going up because price has not finished that buy. That buy move started last week. It has not finished it yet. It has not completed it yet. It's still going up. But see from the daily time frame. Let me show you here. Let me hide this. From the daily time frame, you can see it has not completed it. This is the impulse move. It came back, retested it. It's going to complete it at least to this place here, which is 1759. You can see the wick here, which identify a support, a resistance zone. You can see it here, another resistance zone. So if price is going to come, it's going to come to the neckline of this W, of this beautiful W here. So I'm still expecting more bullish move up to this area, which is about, I still have 300 and something pips or 200 and something pips to go on this. So the overall trend, I'm looking at a buy. I'm looking at a buy, which identified that this one closes. So we'll wait for the next one to close. Then we'll take our buy decisions. That's for XAU USD gold. And the next one is GJ. We've always seen a buy. If you remember this, I think I did this 3 weeks ago, showing you the higher highs. You can see it. Everything higher. Yeah, look at it. Lower highs. Lower highs. You can see it. Identifying more trend going upwards. So let me close this. This is on 4 hours. Let me close it. Let me delete it. And we'll look for identifying more trend on this. We already have a bullish bias for GJ for a long period of time. So we'll have an impulse move here. This low and this new high. So you pick your what? Trend line and you draw. Am I still on? I'm sure you can hear me. If you can still hear me, type 2 on the chat box. Okay, we've identified that. All right, thank you. So we'll pick our horizontal line and we'll do this. All right, we've identified that. And let's go on to getting our floor and our ceiling. This is it here. will pick this, I'll identify our ceiling. Okay. You know, just one thing is about trading is master one strategy that is good for you. Practice it till it's now you. It makes it when you wake up in the morning, if you look at a chart, you can tell me that chart is on a level. If you look at a chart, you can tell me where you want to draw the impulse move you're going to use. If you look at why the price reacts here, why the price turned back from here, you can tell that price is because of what is on a pivot level. That's how practice makes you what? Perfect. But not going to learn everything. If you, I made so much mistake when I was actually learning how to trade. So many mistakes. So you need to learn from my own mistake so you can become a better trader than myself. Sorry, my chat box is blinking. I'm sure it's because of your post chat. All right. So we've identified this. And we've identified this. I won't have to draw the one below because this where price is actually concentrating on. So now you can see it here that the price is, let me reset it. The market is doing what? Moving on a sideways. It's consolidating. It's not going either up or down. So how will you know where the direction of the market is? Let's bring about 200 EMA. It's still telling me that the market is going bullish. Let's bring out 50 EMA. It has even broken the 50 EMA. That's still going what? Up. So for this, there's no trade here because it's in the middle between this and this. It's still showing more buy opportunity to go to the top. It closed above the 50 EMA. So if market open, it's still going to be above it. Even if there's a spike, it can come down here. So for now, there's no analysis here. The only reason I can take this trade is when price breaks. For me to sell this pair, price has to break and close below 200. Then I can risk my sell. It has to break and close below my 200 EMA. Then I can sell it to this place. If not, or I wait for price to come here and touch this pivot level, break and close below the pivot level, then I can do what? Sell. These are the only two reasons why I can take this thing to sell. For now, there is no trade on GJ because if you enter a buy, you are very late. Your risk to reward is going to be very, very what? Risky. Because if you enter a buy now when the market open, where will you place your stop loss? Will you place it below this week to get what? A TP of how many pips? So for now there's no trade on GJ. We have to wait. No trade, no opportunity. No trade opportunity. Overall trend is bullish. Yeah, no trade opportunity, but the overall trend is what? Bullish. So for now, I'm not doing anything. I won't enter any trade here. The only way I can buy this pair is if price does what? Break this pivot level, close above it, then I'll clone this box like this and place it above. Let me show you how to clone. You see, it has cloned it, then I'll shift it up. Hold on. So this is what I'm going to do. When I shift it up, I'll draw my what? Pivot level like this. Don't worry, it's looking somehow, but don't worry. So you saw the way I cloned the box. You clone it, then draw your pivot level so you can understand where your next TP will be. That is if price close presently above the pivot level and you want to buy. Let me squeeze this. So if price closed above this pivot level, 153.02, 153.236, let's say 250. If price closes above this pivot level, 2 candles close above it, then you can now buy to the next one, which is what I want to get the next TP. But if it doesn't, because if you're entering a buy now, you are entering so late, you are chasing the market. And the worst thing you should do is to chase the market, because you can never tell when the market is going to reverse and go against your favor. You know, I always tell you, before you enter a trade, check how much you're willing to lose on that trade, the risk that you're going to, how much am I losing before I can gain? When you identify those things, it will be easy for you to either take a decision to take that trade, or you allow the trade to go. So for now, for this one, for GJ, there's no trade here for you to risk it, because if you didn't take the buy when it started earlier, whatever you're doing here, you're gambling. So this is the only reason why I'll buy this pair when price close above this. Then my TP will be at 154.300. That's what my TP will be. If not, I'll look for another pair to work. For now, there's no opportunity here. I've missed the buy. The sell, I've told you what I'm going to do if I want to risk it to sell. If price closes below this, or price closes below this pivot level, that's the only when I can sell. If not, I am not touching this pair, either buying or selling. No opportunity. Now the next is Euro USD. This one is as simple as ABC. We've identified a new high here. This is one high here. This is one high here. So let's use this one, because this one and this one is actually on the same level. So let's use this one, and we'll use this particular low. All right, so we can identify where the market is going to go. We need to close this class very early. So let me delete this, come here, and I'll hide this, and I'll hide that. Now you ask yourself, why is price turning back from here, and why is price turning back from there? Pick our trend line and draw this to this place. Good. Now pick your rectangular box and draw from here up to this area, which is a low. You've gotten it. Sorry, my internet took me out on my laptop. Let me connect back so I can continue from there. So sorry about that. I'm trying to connect back. Just give me a few